right, let's unpack this.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into a truly remarkable narrative. We're tracing the pivotal moments after a cataclysmic event.
Yes, you've got these fascinating excerpts here from Noah's Ark, the waters recede and life renewed.
Exactly. And our mission, really, is to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight from these sources for you.
Okay.
We'll follow the chronology quite meticulously of how the world started healing, how life came back out of the ark, and those profound promises that followed.
And what's striking right from the start is the sources focus on, well, divine intention. It opens with, God remembered Noah in every living thing.
Ah, right.
Which really signifies a deliberate shift, doesn't it? An active starting point for the waters receding. It wasn't just, a natural ebb.
No, it speaks to a purposeful reversal.
Mm-hmm.
Our source says God made a wind to pass over the earth and the waters assuaged.
A wind, yes, and crucially.
And the actual source of the flood was cut off. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained.
So multiple actions there. The waters didn't just passively disappear, as you said. They returned from off the earth continually.
Continually. And we even get this precise timeline. After the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated.
150 days, that's quite a chunk of time, nearly half a year, for just that initial phase of drawing back.
It is. And this methodical, step-by-step nature really underscores the sheer scale of what happened.
It definitely sets the stage for the next critical bit, the ark actually finding a place to rest.
Which the source again details with, well, remarkable specificity.
Mm-hmm.
The precision continues. The narrative pinpoints it.
Yeah.
And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat.
Not just somewhere, but a date and a location. Ararat, it feels like a marker for a new beginning.
It does. But even after resting, the process is still gradual, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen.
Wow, so that's another few months passing before actual land is visible.
Exactly. And that must have been a truly significant visual moment, a tangible sign of change after, months of just water and sky inside that ark.
So think about Noah inside, right? All that waiting. This gradual reveal must have been huge.
You'd think so.
And the sources then describe his very methodical, proactive steps to figure out what's going on outside.
He doesn't just sit there.
No. It came to pass at the end of 40 days, after those mountaintops appeared, that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made.
40 days after seeing the mountains, still waiting, then he sends out his first scout, a raven.
A raven, and the source notes, and he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro, until the waters were dried up from off the earth.
To and fro. It's interesting phrasing. It sort of suggests it could find places to land, maybe? Perhaps on carcasses or floating debris or patches of higher ground?
Possibly. It implies a world still very much waterlogged, but maybe with scattered dry spots emerging. Not enough for the dove later, though.
Right, a kind of a reconnaissance mission, as you put it.
Then he turns to a different strategy, the dove. Also, he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground.
But the first try, no luck.
Nope. Source is clear. The dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth.
Still too much water, everywhere.
Then he put forth his hand, and took her, and pulled her in unto him into the ark. That really drives home how widespread and unbroken the water still was.
It does. But Noah's patience here is, well, it's extraordinary. He didn't just give up.
Not at all. The source says, and he stayed yet other 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark.
This methodical waiting, the 7-day intervals, it speaks volumes, doesn't it? About his resolve, his reliance on careful observation, almost ritualistic.
And then the breakthrough. That moment, the source describes, and the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth.
Ah, the olive.
That small leaf. It must have been just an incredible sight. What, for you, is the deep significance there?
Oh, it's truly profound, isn't it? That tiny olive leaf. It's more than just a sign the water's down. It's the narrative showing us hope isn't just abstract, it's tangible. It's organic proof of a world starting to restore itself.
Like actual life returning.
Exactly. It speaks to nature's resilience, and maybe the power of finding meaning in these small concrete signs, especially after such overwhelming world-altering chaos. It's a living symbol. New life taking root.
Beautifully put. And then the final confirmation. He waits again.
Another 7 days. His system.
And he stayed yet other 7 days and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more.
That's it. She found a place to stay.
The earth was ready. And again, the timing is precise. It came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth.
A New Year's Day in that calendar.
And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. He could finally see it clearly.
And the full drying process finished slightly later. In the second month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried.
So quite an extended period, really, from seeing the mountains to the ground being completely dry.
It reveals the immense scale of reversing the flood, doesn't it? And the slow, deliberate pace of the earth's healing. It wasn't instant.
Not at all. So with the earth finally ready, the next divine command comes. And it's comprehensive.
It is. The source states, God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife and thy sons wives with thee.
Time to leave. But not just them.
No. Bring everyone. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
A whole menagerie.
That they may breed abundantly in the earth and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. It's not just permission to leave, it's a divine mandate. Repopulate. Renew all life.
A huge responsibility.
Immense. And Noah's immediate obedience is, again, quite striking. And Noah went forth, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him.
And then the animals.
Every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth after their kinds, went forth out of the ark. Imagine that scene.
Must have been unbelievable. But also, think about the task ahead for them, emerging onto, well, essentially a blank slate world.
Right. That command to be fruitful and multiply, it's not just biological. It feels like a directive to actively heal and reestablish and steward this traumatized world.
And what's truly compelling, I think, is Noah's very first action before anything else. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. Worship comes first.
Immediately. And this act, this offering, prompts a profound divine response.
It does.
The source says, and the Lord smelled a sweet savor, which is, often used in ancient texts to signify divine acceptance, pleasure with an offering.
Right.
And this moment becomes a pivotal spiritual turning point. It leads to this profound divine promise. And the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground anymore for man's sake.
Even acknowledging human nature.
Yes. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. This feels like a foundational shift.
How so?
Well, it seems like a commitment from the divine to a new kind of relationship with humanity. One that recognizes human imperfection, sure, but pledges, well, enduring grace and order, rather than that kind of immediate, overwhelming judgment seen in the flood.
A different approach going forward. And alongside that, there's a promise for the world itself, right? Ensuring stability, continuity.
Exactly. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease.
The basic rhythms of life are guaranteed.
It establishes this sense of cosmic predictability, a guarantee of natural cycles, which must have been incredibly reassuring after everything.
It does raise that important question for us, though. What does this promise of enduring natural cycles truly mean for the world going forward, especially after such an unprecedented total disruption?
Yeah, I think it speaks to the establishment of an unwavering natural order, a fundamental stability that will persist, kind of regardless of human actions, providing this constant backdrop for life to reestablish itself. It's a profound covenant of steadfastness, bedrock reality restored.
So, stepping back from this deep dive into these excerpts, Noah's Ark, the waters recede and life renewed, what does it reveal to you overall?
Well, we've meticulously tracked this timeline, haven't we? The deliberate recession of the waters.
Noah's strategic, incredibly patient use of the birds to gauge the Earth's state.
Right. And that precise moment, life began anew on dry land.
And we also explore that profound, unconditional covenant established at the end.
A promise of enduring natural cycles, the continuation of life. It's a narrative rich not just with specifics, but with these monumental shifts. shifts in the divine-human relationship, and the very fabric of the world order.
So as you, our listener, consider this narrative, what can this deep dive perhaps teach us about finding certainty, maybe? Or enduring hope even when things feel overwhelming, when change is immense?
And what does the story's emphasis on meticulous observation, Noah watching, waiting, sending the burrs, and his patience? What does that tell you?
And the power of something as small as an olive leaf as a symbol.
Yes. What does all that tell you about understanding the bigger pictures unfolding around us, maybe even in our own lives? Lots to think about there.